What's up guys, Mike from Slow Speed and we're back. The 435 is back from the dealership. Today we're gonna go over, come on now, really? I know that's what y'all came here to see, I'm not gonna block out the picture. But today we're gonna go over what was broken, how long it took to get fixed. Well, not really how long it took to get fixed, but how long I was out of the car, and how much they charged me. Pretty much the moral of the story is, do not go to the dealership unless your car's on warranty and it's gonna get done for free. The main reason I took this to the dealership is because I didn't know what was wrong with it. I'm not an expert in what was broken. So I just decided to go ahead and take it to the dealership, get a diagnostic so they can tell me what was wrong with it so I'm not throwing parts at the car. So just get that understanding clear. Okay, I was not trying to take it to them for them to just full on fix it because I know they rape you, they charge you insane amount of prices. I was just taking it so they can tell me what was wrong and I would buy the part and replace it myself. However, that happened but didn't happen at the same time, and we'll get into that. Now, I had the paperwork here from the dealership with how much I paid and everything. So the reason why I took it in is because I was not getting heat on the passenger side. The driver's side was blowing pretty hot, the passenger side was blowing hot, and then it would get cold. It's been like that for a while. However, I don't think I noticed it because the weather wasn't so bad. But when we had that 5-degree day and it was just like freezing out here, the heat cranked all the way up to the max and I was still a little cold. So it made, you know, how you would put your hands by the vents and stuff, and I was feeling it. I'm like, okay, it's blowing out high, and I looked at the passenger side, I'm like, cold. So the first thing I ran to, I thought coolant. I need to put some coolant in here. Threw some coolant in here. It was low anyway. Threw coolant in it, and it did not work. That did not change. I get to BMW with that in mind. So they took my car in last Monday. They gave me a loaner car, which was that X3, obviously. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put that together. Yeah. So, you know, days go by. Now, the diagnostic fee is $175 for those of you who do not know. And they will tell you whatever's wrong with your car, you have to pay, obviously. If you get the work done by them, you don't have to pay. I would just pay, just a tip. Now, they called me on Thursday, like 4 days after, to tell me, hey, Mike, from Slow Speed. No, first of all, your blower motor isn't pumping out enough and it's making a weird sound. I mean, I really never heard it making a weird sound, but hey, I guess so. Your blower motor's not pumping out enough air, so we cannot diagnose the cold air, hot air issue because your blower motor's not pumping out enough. Now, first thing I thought to my mind is, well, I mean, it wasn't pumping out enough apparently when I diagnosed it, so I don't know. Like, that's why I took it to you guys, because it wasn't working. So how can't you guys diagnose it? Whatever. So you need a blower motor. How much is the blower motor, BMW? Oh, well, total is gonna be about like $700 something for the labor and the part. No. I told them, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and find the part online and I will overnight it to you guys, because, you know, obviously online you get a lot of discounts, and it was the same genuine BMW part that I got for a tremendous discount. So I went ahead and told him the price that I got the part for, which was this, and this is how much he was going to charge me for that part. So I was like, all right, you know what, I'll just go ahead and buy the part, have it shipped from the BMW dealership that I was ordering it from, which is in Silver Springs, have it shipped from Silver Springs, Maryland, overnight to the dealership that's working on my car, and it would still come out cheaper than the price you're quoting me. So, you know, we adjusted the price and it went down a tad bit. I already knew that it wouldn't fix the issue because the blower motor really has nothing to do with the fact that one side is hot and one side is cold. The blower motor has something to do with the way it blows. And the funny thing about that is, so I went ahead and had them change the blower motor. The reason why I had them change the blower motor is because I could have taken my car back with the 175, pay the 188 for the blower motor, and then take it back to them, pay another 175 for them to tell me what's really wrong with my car. That would have cost almost just as much as how much I paid out the door for just for them to change the blower motor, because they cover the service, if that makes any sense. So they kind of got me a little bit because they charged me about $300 and change for the labor. However, if I would have taken it to them for the first diagnostic and taken it to them for the second diagnostic, it would have been around $325, 175 plus 175. $350. So with that being said, I went ahead and said, you know what, go ahead and do it, whatever. You guys already screwed me up to rectum. So shouldn't have done that. Should have just did it myself. So they went ahead and they changed that, which took them until Tuesday, which is yesterday, to get it completed. So they finally put the blower motor in, and to no avail. It was the water shutoff valve that was the problem. A service advisor calls me up, and you know, I don't knock service advisors because I don't really think they know too much about the cars. But they called me up and he goes, yeah, so you need that water valve, and total out the doors most likely gonna cost you about $1,500. You know, tack on another astronomical amount. So I said no. To be honest with you, no. I'm gonna find that water valve online. I'm gonna change it myself, and it's not gonna cost me more than $100. I promise you. And I will show you receipts that it will not cost more than $100. So something that you're trying to charge me about 800 something bucks for, I'm gonna do for less than 100, and I'm gonna prove it to you guys. So, lesson learned. Well, it wasn't a lesson learned. I always knew this. Do not take your car to the dealership. I always would like to take it there for diagnostics, but now I see they even nailing you for that. And the funny thing is, I kind of understood what they meant about how the driver's side was blowing more hot air and the passenger side wasn't blowing enough cold air. It's doing that with the same new blower motor in it, and I've come to the conclusion that the reason why it's doing that is because when it's in auto mode and the temperature has not risen, it does not blow air in whatever vent the temperature has not risen in. I know that because when you start these cars up cold and you have it in auto, you could crank the fan all the way up, but it won't blow as hard because it's not warmed up properly. However, if you do a manual override, you will get these blowers to blow out full power, and that's how I diagnosed that it wasn't blowing out hot. So with that being said, there's a little tip for you BMW service techs. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys knew it, but you guys are just trying to screw me for the other part. But hey, it is what it is. And the other side, man, you know, I guess that's how you play the game. You win some, you lose some. But with that being said, I don't know what C-Techs put this together. I don't know what C-Techs put my car back together, but now I have to kind of fix things that they screwed up a little bit. Now, when I got back in my car, I realized that, well, it didn't look exactly like this, but if you guys know, I have my dash cam and I have my boot mode in the center console hooked up to this cigarette, well, not cigarette, this 12-volt power outlet. Now, this 12-volt power outlet no longer has power. I checked in other outlets to see if it was this or just the outlet, and it is indeed the outlet. So, further inspection, I go and I look, wow, you know, there's a big crease right here. And there we go, bam. That would be the airbag area, guys. So, this essentially has to come off. So I have to take these Torx bits off and, you know, remove this, figure out if they disconnected the 12 volt, which they most likely did because the blower motor sits under here. Disconnected it and went ahead, did the job, which I hope they done it well, and botched everything back up together. Now, that's no big deal to me, not a big problem. However, I paid them so much freaking money for them to, like, you know, you would, like, I would just be like, all right, you know what? I give the car to you guys, I get it back and be exactly how it was. Nah, not exactly. What do you guys think? Oh, I didn't tell you guys how much they charged me. Sorry about that. And I'm a little pissed because I washed a freaking loaner car. My car's still dirty. Anyway, yeah, so out the door I paid $634.94. But I didn't really want to say that. Okay, so this is what they did. This is what they did. Look at this, look at this. This is what they did, right? I like how places word things. They go, customer loyalty discount, 10% off parts and labor. They gave me 2 of those. Yeah, so sorry, they gave me two 10% offs. And essentially, they didn't really do it for a loyal customer. They pretty much did it because I told them I'd find a cheaper price for the part. And I guess they couldn't mark the part down that much, so they just did the 10% thing to kind of offset it. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's still a little bit higher than the price we agreed on. But at that point, I just wanted to get my car and get out of there. Essentially, what they did was the labor amount was $370 to change that. I mean, I need to open up a BMW dealership. $370 worth of labor to change the blower motor. The parts amount was $314. Obviously, they gave me the 10% off discounts because they had to offset the price of the part, and they just automatically threw in another $99 discount. Obviously, they got me a little bit more for that, and sales tax is about 50 bucks. So they got me for that. To be straight honest with you, I didn't even want to pay the freaking 50 bucks in sales tax, man. I mean, if you guys don't know me, I'm cheap. Sorry, I had to say that, I'm cheap. So what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'm gonna go ahead and patch that up. Well, I'm gonna do it for myself. I'm gonna go ahead and patch that up. I'm gonna take that off, reroute the wires, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna go on the other side because this is something I didn't do. I never routed the OBD cable to go underneath the trim. So I'm gonna take the time out today and do that. And I'll show you guys something that I ordered. It was pretty cheap, and I don't know, I was bored, so I felt like ordering it. Carbon fiber shark fin. This is an overlay type of thing, so there's not really like any module or anything that goes in it. You just literally sit it on top of the shark fin. The shark fin looks like that. It's just a tad bit bigger. This is probably the easiest mod ever, you know, easiest mod. Look at that, look at that. Damn. It's pretty much done, except for you got to take off the 3M tape, which obviously that will happen. However, I put it on and I was looking at it and I'm like, yo, that looks super dope. But you know what would even look better? If I wrapped the whole roof carbon fiber. I just touched that dirty roof. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get the best wrap that I can find, which is already in my trunk because I wrapped the interior with it. So if you look at the door panels right here, this is the wrap that I am choosing to go with. This is a carbon fiber wrap. Looks pretty damn good. I already have some in my trunk because I overbought. Hopefully I have enough to wrap the roof. If I don't, I will just order more. It's not a big deal. Wasn't that much money. I would say for enough to wrap this roof, it'd probably be about 38 bucks. We're gonna go ahead and attempt to wrap the roof. Looking for a warmer day, and then I will chuck this on because it definitely stands out like a sore thumb. It goes nice with the carbon fiber trunk lid though. Yeah, I want to wrap it. So we're gonna wrap that roof. I have another part coming in. It is just a small mod, a little mod. It may require modification, it may not. I will let you guys know when the box get here and unveil it to you guys. You guys probably won't know what it is until I full on tell you, even though if you see the thing. Hint, hint, it's just a visual mod, but I think it's gonna look super dope. And yeah, so just stay tuned for that. Oh man, feels so good to have my car back. Definitely gotta get washed though. Definitely gonna get it washed because this is atrocious. I don't know. Comment and let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think I got ripped off? I mean, obviously I did, but I just want to hear you guys tell me a million times, oh Mike, you got ripped off. Every single freaking time I get back on this camera and I look at this car, I go, oh, it's missing something. It's missing wheels and lowering. I know, guys, I know. It looks super stock. And the way the weather's been going, I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of snow, which means a lot of salt. And I'm starting to doubt that we will because we're already in February and we haven't really got much of anything. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking about like, yo, I might, maximum slow speed, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna get out of here.